Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, rather. And thank you. Welcome to Optimus by Afrinvest webinar that has been titled Getting the Most Out of Optimus 2.0. Why we call it Optimus 2.0, you're going to find out in this call. Before I go ahead to introduce our speaker, I would like to say that at Optimus, we really appreciate our customer. We appreciate your feedback, and we appreciate suggestions and comments that you make to make the app better and offer you more value. And it is because of one of such feedbacks that we are having, this webinar. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our product manager by the person of Ayomikun Oladejo. She's going to take us through the journey of what Optimus is all about and why version 2 and what is new on version 2. Then we'll have the live demo to show us how to use the app, because we figured that some of our customers have been complaining about navigating the app. So this webinar is to provide live solution to that. And if you have questions, please kindly drop them in the chat box. When she's done with the presentation, then we'll take questions. Thank you. Yeah, Ayomikun, you have the floor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Isaac, for that. So good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever we are. My name is Ayomikun Oladejo, and I would be walking us through the Optimus 2.0 today. But before we go into the walkthrough, I'm sure that some of us are here today and we probably do not even know what Optimus by Afrinvest is about. So some people might be wondering, what is Optimus by Afrinvest? Maybe you joined this webinar through your friend or your family member, and you're wondering, you want to learn about Optimus by Afrinvest, you want to be able to save and invest, you don't know how to go about that, then you're in the right place. So let me start by explaining what Optimus by Afrinvest is about. So think of Optimus by Afrinvest as that one-stop shop for your savings and investment. You want to grow your wealth. You have money. You want to grow your wealth because you want to earn more returns. You want your money to grow for you. So you have 500,000 naira somewhere, and you don't just want to leave it. You want it to grow interest. You can Optimus by Afrinvest is the best place for you. So some of us might be wondering again that, so why Optimus 2.0? So what happened to 1.0? And I'm very sure that most of us on this call are actually familiar with the 1.0 app. That's the previous app. So just think of Optimus 2.0 as an upgraded version of the 1.0 app. That's just it. It's just simple. So what we have done, we have enhanced the user experience, and then we've enhanced the security of funds and our customer data on 2.0. We have also added new features to the new Optimus 2.0 app, in which we'll be seeing that very soon. So moving to our products, I'm sure that some of us are actually familiar with the products we have on Optimus. So we have the savings products, we have the investment products, and we are aware that on Optimus, we have both Naira and dollar products. So we have the savings products in Naira and dollars, we have the investment products in Naira and dollar as well. So going into the products, we have the OptiFlex Naira, the OptiFlex dollar, the OptiLock Naira, the OptiLock dollar. That's all of these we're actually on 1.0 and we still have them on 2.0. So one thing to note is that all the features we had on 1.0 are also on 2.0. So we just upgraded the app and called it 2.0. It's just like an upgraded version of 1.0, like I said earlier. So the OptiFlex Naira, as some of us are aware, is a flexible savings plan. So for people that, you want to save, but you still want to be able to have access to your money, you are not, you don't want to just keep your money and not be able to have access to it. OptiFlex Naira is the best for you, OptiFlex dollar. So the OptiFlex Naira, with OptiFlex Naira, you can earn as high as 13% interest rate per annum. That's depending on your lock-in period. So you can earn as high as 13% interest rate per annum. And you have access to 5 free withdrawals in a month. I'm sure some of us are familiar with all of this, but I'm just still reiterating on this for those that are new and would still like to learn about our products. So you have like 5 free withdrawals monthly, and your interest is accrued on a daily basis but compounded monthly. So what this means is that your interest, you see your interest on a daily basis, you're getting your interest on a daily basis, but you would not receive your full interest until the end of the month. So it means that, let's say for October, the interest from October would accrue from October 1st till the last day of October. And you'll be getting your interest, that's the compounded interest, on the first day of the following month, that's November 1st. So I hope we're clear with that. So the another product is the OptiFlex Dollar. This is similar to the OptiFlex Naira. It's also a flexible savings plan, and you can earn up to 4% per annum. That means you also have 5 free withdrawals. But the difference between the OptiFlex Dollar and the OptiFlex Naira is that in Naira, you are saving in Naira. In the OptiFlex Dollar, you're saving in dollars. So that's the difference. And then the interest rates differs as well. So now going to the OptiLock, I'm sure some of us are familiar with this OptiLock as well. This is a plan that allows you to lock in your funds for a minimum of 2 months and a maximum of 2 years. So you have funds that you don't want to touch. This is actually a more disciplined savings plan. So for people that, you don't want to use the flexible savings plan, you want to be more disciplined with your savings, this is the best savings plan for you. That's the OptiLock Naira and the OptiLock Dollar. So with the OptiLock Naira, you can actually get higher interest rates, and you can get as much as 20% interest rate if you lock your funds for over 1 year. So you get as much as 20% interest rate. And also, we have the OptiLock Dollar, which is also similar to the OptiLock Naira. So this is also, this plan allows you to lock in your funds for a minimum of 2 months and also a maximum of 2 years. And you can also earn as high as 7% interest rate. That's depending on your locking period. So if you are locking for over 1 year, you might get 7% interest rate. So you can earn as high as this. Then on V1, that's on version 1, we also had mutual funds. I'm sure some of us are also familiar with the mutual funds product on Optimus by Afrinvest. So we have the Afrinvest Equity Fund, the Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund, the Nigeria International Debt Fund, which is the NIDF, and the Afrinvest Dollar Fund, which is the Dollar Mutual Fund. So now we have divided the mutual fund product into Naira and dollar, as well, as you can see on my screen. So you can access the Afrinvest Equity Fund, which is a high-risk high-risk fund for people with high-risk appetite. And the Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund it's actually a low-medium risk investment type for people with low-risk appetite. So dividend on Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund, which we normally call APF, is paid quarterly. So you get your dividend at the end of 3 months. And this dividend, or we can call it interest, is also accrued daily and is compounded monthly, but you are getting it, you are going to receive it at the end of a quarter. So it means that dividend is paid every quarter. That means it will be paid at the end of March, paid at the end of June, paid at the end of September, and at the end of December. So that's what that means. And another product we have on the mutual fund side, that's in the Naira Mutual Fund, is the NIDF. So the NIDF is also for tailored towards low mix, medium investors. And dividend here is paid biannually, that's twice a year. And we also have the Afrinvest Dollar Fund. This is a dollar investment, a dollar mutual fund where you invest in dollar and then you get your returns in dollar. Then another product that we have on Optimus by Afrinvest, which also existed on V1 and is also existing on V2, is the US stocks. So the US stocks is a dollar denominated stocks investment where you are investing in dollar, and then you're buying shares in dollars. So you're buying shares like, can buy shares like Apple, Nvidia, Netflix, you can buy shares. So the good thing about using Optimus to buy your US stocks, to purchase your US stocks stocks, is that you can buy as low as $1 of stock on Optimus. So let's say I have $10. I can buy as much as 10 different stocks. I can buy $1 of each stock. So this enables users to own as many stocks as they can. So you can have like a share of a stock. And Now moving into the Optimus 2.0. The new features, some of the new features that we have added to Optimus 2.0 to make transactions seamless and make our user interface seamless for our users are: one, the Opti targets; two, the Afrinvest Halal Fund, and we have also added multiple channels for users to be able to fund their wallet. So what I mean by this is for you to be able to deposit funds into your wallet or into your plans. We have added multiple channels for us to be able to do that. Then we have the OptiLock top-up, ability for users to be able to top up their OptiLock plan, and the ability for users to download and generate your reference letter and the statement of account. And we've also enhanced our user interface. We now have light and dark mode, and the user interface is actually now easy to navigate. So moving into the Opti target. So some of us might be wondering, what is Opti target? Opti target is just a savings plan that's, okay, you're creating a target and then you're saving towards that target. So let me give an instance. On Optimus now, you can create an individual target, or you can save towards a group target. So in the sense that if Ayomikun, I want to maybe probably buy a car, and I'm looking towards buying the car like December next year, that's December 2026. And I already know that, okay, I need to have 5 million naira to get this car. I can start saving from today. I can create an Opti target plan, an individual Opti target plan, and select like a frequency of savings. So do I want to be saving monthly? Do I want to be saving weekly? Do I want to be saving daily? So I can create a savings plan, that's an Opti target savings plan, select the duration that be best. Okay, I know that I'm a salary earner and I'll be getting salary at the end of the month. If I'm working with my salary, it means that I would select monthly as my frequency of savings. So I can select monthly as my frequency of savings, set my target, that is the goal amount, which is the 5 million naira, and the duration, which is from now till end of next year. That's like 15 months. And the system calculates how much I would need to be saving on a frequency basis based on the frequency I have selected. So this helps me to know how much I can save on a monthly basis to be able to achieve that goal. And the good thing about this is that you are not just saving, you are also earning interest on your savings. So it's different from just putting this money inside maybe what we call a piggy bank, or maybe you are putting it in the bank and you're earning low risk. Even if you put it in your bank, you can still access it, and okay, maybe emergency comes up and all of that. But yeah, you can it's actually a more dedicated and a more disciplined savings plan. So you can earn interest on this as well. And another Opti target plan that we have is the group Opti target plan. So for instance, myself and my friends, we want to go on a vacation in December this year. That's our dirty December. So we plan to go to Qatar, and then, okay, how do we achieve this? We have just 3 months to December. We can create a group Opti target savings plan on Optimus. And okay, we know that, okay, for us to be able to achieve this, we need, let's say, 10 million naira. And we are five. The five of us can come together, create a plan on Optimus. That's a group target plan. Set our goal. We name it vacation. We put the amount, which is 10 million. We set the duration of savings. Like I said earlier, the frequency of savings could be weekly, daily, or monthly. So we can set that. And at the end, by December, each person, so every month, let's say we have selected monthly, every month we put in our funds, and then at the end, at maturity, which is the December that we are traveling, each person will get their funds in their wallet. So when you get your funds in your wallet, you can now use it for the vacation. This is just for, for security reasons. We are not, the money is not going into anybody's account, the person that did not create it. So maybe the admin's account is going into each person's wallet. So you can withdraw to your bank account from there. So this is also like an additional savings plan that we have added to Optimus 2.0. And another good thing about this is that you can also earn interest. You also earn interest on your savings. And depending on your duration, you can also earn as high as 15% interest per annum on your Opti target savings. So that's one of the new features that we have added on Optimus 2.2, Optimus 2.0. Then we've also added another mutual fund product, which is the Afrinvest Alal Fund. So the Afrinvest Alal from the name Alal Fund is a Sharia compliant investment fund. So for ethical investors, this is a no interest investment product. So this has been designed for ethical investors, for people that you are allowed compliant. So this is the best investment for you. So another feature that we have added is the ability for users to be able to add money to their wallets through multiple channels. So initially, I'm sure some of us that used the version 1 would remember, if you can remember, that on V1 we had 3 channels of funding, of depositing funds on Optimus. So we had the bank transfer, which is when you get a dedicated account number. The account number is dedicated to you. Then on V1, it used to be a Wema account number. I'm sure for new users, you would have been seeing the Paystack Titan account number. So we have the Wema account number or the Paystack Titan account number. So you can transfer funds to these account numbers and you would see the funds will reflect in your wallet. We also have the Pay with Paystack. So you'll be redirected to the Paystack portal. So we have integrated the Paystack so that we can also, users can easily deposit funds into their wallet. Then we also have direct debit. What this means is that you are linking your bank. So you don't want to, so for some users from the feedback that we have gotten from V1, some users do not want to make bank transfer and they don't want to use their debit card. So for users like this that are willing to do automated savings and you just want us to debit you directly from your bank account, we have introduced the direct debit as a funding option on Optimus. Then we also have the Pay via Western Union for users that want to in the diaspora that would want to fund the Optimus when we have pounds and then you want to convert it to Naira and you want to deposit it into your Optimus. So we have the Pay via Western Union. You can fund through Western Union from other currencies. So Western Union converts the funds to Naira. Then we also have the pay with card. We still have our pay with card. Yes, you can pay with your debit card, add your debit card also for automated savings. And we have the wallet-to-wallet transfer. This is an interesting one because I, as a user of Optimus, I can easily transfer money to my friend that is also a user of Optimus, in the sense that, oh, my friend is there, you want me to transfer money, instead of transferring to your bank and then you now transfer to Optimus, I can easily just transfer to you. But this is also part of what we are working on and it will be coming out in the next iteration. That's why you can see coming soon. Is a very interesting feature. Then majority of our customers have requested for the ability for them to be able to top up their OptiLock plan. So for those that have used our version 1, I'm sure you would have known that, okay, in V1, we didn't have users were not able to top up their OptiLock plan. Once you have locked your plan, you have locked your plan. It's just the OptiFlex plan that users were able to top up. So we have now added the ability for users to be able to top up their OptiLock plan. So if you have an OptiLock plan, you can top up your OptiLock plan. Then ability for users to be able to download and generate their reference letter and statement of account. This is also an interesting one. So some users might be saying that, oh, I want to travel, I want to go for my visa application and I'll be needing a statement of account. Why do I need to put my money on Optimus if I will not be able to get a statement of account? Now, this is for good news is that you can now generate your statement of account on Optimus. So you want to travel, you need your statement of account, you can bring all your funds to Optimus and you can easily generate your statement of account. And we have also added the ability for you to be able to generate a reference letter based on the embassy that you are, maybe US embassy, UK embassy, whichever one you want. So you can generate your reference letter on Optimus. Then another thing that we have done is the ability for users to be able to withdraw more than twice now. So on V1, users were withdrawing, you could only withdraw twice in 24 hours. That's withdraw once in 12 hours. Now we have increased the withdrawal limit and you can now withdraw you can withdraw like 3 times in 24 hours. That's once in 8 hours. So if you withdraw in a day, you can withdraw 3 times. So that's just the good thing. Yes. So I would now go into the walkthrough where I show you the new interface and the user experience. I will be walking you through what the Optimus 2.0 looks like. So please give me a minute while I share my screen on my mobile device. This is Optimus 2.0. Now on Optimus 2.0, you can now log in with either your PIN, your password, or your biometrics, which is your Face ID or your fingerprints. But for me, I prefer to log in with my PIN. So I'll be logging in with my PIN. Good. So as you can see, well, this is what the interface looks like when you are logged in. I'm sure some of us that have used 1.0 would know that, yes, there's a difference between, in terms of the user interface, there's a difference between what we had on 1.0 and what we have now on 2.0. So in terms of navigation, I'm sure some of us are actually, we've been used to, when you log into the app, you are seeing all of your products. So you have all of your savings plan, your mutual fund, your US stocks. You could see everything at once. But now what we have done to make, it's seamless for users is that we have segmented the savings and the investment into categories. So all our savings products, which is the OptiFlex, the OptiPlan, the OptiFlex, the OptiLock, the OptiTarget, we have categorized them under the component save. And for the investment products, which is mutual funds and US stocks, they are now under invest. So let me walk you through it. If you have come into the app and you have existing savings plan, you would see your OptiFlex, like you can see like your OptiFlex plan, your OptiLock plan, your OptiTarget plan. And if you can see them under save now. And for the invest, once you click invest, you can see your mutual funds and your US stocks. So at the moment now, what we have is all the mutual fund products are under mutual fund, the US stocks are under US stock, and the savings products are under save. That's what we have currently. So let me walk you through it. For the savings plan, we have categorized, so you can either for you to be able to access your OptiFlex Naira, you click the N in Naira. For you to be able to access the OptiFlex dollar, you click the N in dollar, as you can see. So for the OptiFlex Naira, you can see, as you can see on my screen, you can see a list of all your ongoing plans. You can create a plan like we had on V1, and now you can set a profile, like an icon image for your plan. So for the existing plans, you can see now that what we have done on V2 is the ability for users to be able to top up. You can top up easily, top up using the Naira wallet, the bank transfer, MasterCard, your debit card, and your linked bank. And you can also see your earnings so far. So one thing that we have added is for users to be able to track their interest. So you can see how much you have earned, how your interest is accruing on a daily basis. You can actually see that now across all our products. So you can see it on your savings, you can see it on your investment product as well. So now currently on my OptiFlex, I can see how much I'm earning on a daily basis. You can see how much you have earned in a month. Like, so in this month, October, I can see how much I have earned. I can also go back to the previous month to check my earnings for the previous month. And I can see how much I have earned all time on a particular savings product. So you can see this across all of your savings plans and all of your and your investment plans as well. So this is for us to we're providing visibility for users to be able to see how their earnings are growing on the app. Then another thing that we've added is for you to be able to see how you are depositing money and how you are withdrawing from a particular plan or from your wallet. So as you can see on my screen, I clicked on activities under this savings plan. I clicked on activity. I can see all of my activities on this savings plan. I can see how money is being deposited into this savings plan. I can also see how I've been withdrawing from this particular savings plan. So this has been done across all of our plans. So you can also see from here all your earnings, all-time earnings, and you can see how many withdrawals you have left. So like I said earlier, that on your OptiFlex plan, you are you have 5 free withdrawals in a month, but that doesn't mean that you cannot withdraw outside the 5 free withdrawal windows. You can withdraw, just that you'll be charged a penalty on your interest. So you can also view your interest rates for this for each of the plans. Then also for the dollar products, it's the same thing, the same way we have it on Naira, we also have it on dollar. So that is for OptiFlex. Going into OptiLock, like I said, you can also switch between the OptiLock Naira and the OptiLock dollar by clicking Earn in Naira and Earn in dollars. So for the OptiLock Naira and OptiLock dollar, you can also view your activities the same way we could view it on OptiFlex. You can see how money is entering into your plan, and you can see how money is moving out of your plan. So the new feature that we have added to OptiLock, which is the OptiLock top up, you can see the ability for users to be able to top up the OptiLock plan has been added. So you can top up by adding money from your Naira wallet, through bank transfer, through your card, or through your linked bank. So yeah, this goes the same for OptiFlex and OptiLock. Then for the OptiTarget, which I was explaining earlier, you can create a new target by creating either a personal target or a private group target. So the example I gave earlier, personal targets for me, that let's say I want to buy a car next year, December, I can create a personal target and save towards that car. So, and also for the private group, I can create a group savings plan for myself and my friends, and then we can save towards that, save towards the goal. And also, we also have popular target. Let's say, oh, you just want to join a popular group, maybe vacation or anything, you can join an existing target. You can view details of the target and then join them. Then at maturity, you receive your money in your wallet. So also from here, you could refer a friend or your family member. So you can also see on the dashboard that you can also, this earn 1K, it means that you can refer a friend or a family and earn your 1K. I'll go into that later. So for the invest module, you can now see that we have the mutual funds and the US stocks under invest. So for the mutual fund, we have categorized this as well into Naira and dollar. So for the Naira mutual fund, you can see we have the Afrinvest Equity Fund, the Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund, the NIDF, and the Afrinvest Alal Fund. And for the dollar mutual fund, we have the Afrinvest Dollar Fund. So for the mutual fund details as well, you can buy more mutual fund, you can sell, you can buy, you can see the buy price and the sell price at a glance. You can now automate your savings, your top up. So you can save daily, weekly, or monthly towards this your mutual funds plan. Then for the activities as well, you can see details of your buy, details of what you have sold, and you can also see like details of your dividend. And for the Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund, we have added the ability for users to be able to view their earnings. You know, the Afrinvest Bluetooth Fund, the interest is accrued daily as well, just like we have on savings. So you can see, you can track your earnings from here. You can see how much you have earned in a month. You can also see how much you have earned in a quarter. So you'll be able to, you can easily track your funds, so that when we pay out the dividend, you'll be able to compare what you have with what you have received. That's just to provide visibility to your funds and your earnings. So we also have the Afrinvest Alal Fund, which I mentioned earlier. This has been configured for the ethical investors. So this is a no interest fund. It is similar to what we had on our funds. Okay, so moving on, we now moving to the US stocks. So on the US stocks, one thing we have done is that you can now see when market is closed and when market is open. So as at now, I can see that the market is currently closed, and I can see that the market will be open in next 1 hour, 54 minutes. It means that you can count, you can see the countdown. You can see when market is closed, you can see when market is open. You can also toggle on and toggle off your balance in case you don't want, for security reasons, you can toggle it off. You don't want people to just, have access to your app and they start seeing your balance, or maybe someone is behind me and I'm trying to open my app and they are seeing my balance. For people that are not comfortable with that, you can toggle off or toggle on your balance. Then I know that for some of us that have used the Optimus 1.0, you know that, okay, maybe you can on 1.0, you were able to explore, search for, see different stocks at a glance. Don't worry, we are going to add that. We are working on that, and it's going to be out in the next iteration. So what you can do now on this current version, you can search for your stock. So let's say I'm searching for NVIDIA. I can see details of this stock. I can see the share price. I can see all the information about the stocks and all the key stats. So I can sell, I can buy more. I can also see activities like track details of my stock. So another thing that we had on V1 is ability for users to, read news and some other features that we had on trying to we're adding those features to this version too. So another thing, okay, so now users can see like a list of all their stocks on the app. You can withdraw from your wallet. You can also make deposits directly to your wallet. So good. Moving on. I also mentioned that we have added ability for users to be able to deposit their funds through several multiple channels. So by coming to the app, you click add money. When you click add money, you can either fund your Naira wallet or your dollar wallet. So let's start with the Naira wallet. Clicking Naira wallet, you can fund through your virtual account, which I mentioned earlier. That's the Wema Bank account, or for some users, you might be seeing the Paystack Titan account, and you can fund with Paystack, which means that you'll be redirected to the Paystack portal to fund. For those in diaspora that would like to fund in another currency, you can fund through Western Union. You can also fund through by sharing your money tags. That's the wallet-to-wallet transfer that was mentioned earlier. Then you can fund through your debit card. So if you have not added your debit card, you'll be seeing the add card component here. And you can also, if you have added your debit card, you'll be seeing the card details, and you can link your bank account so that's for direct, so for direct debit. Then funding your dollar wallet. Oh, let me go back. So that's to add money to your Naira wallet, adding money to your dollar wallet. So on V1, I know that some of us are used to, okay, you click on swap and then you can easily just transfer funds to your swap. So now you click on your dollar wallet, you can transfer money from your Naira wallet. This is also it's similar to what we had on V1 that we called swap. So you would see the buy rate and the sell rate. You can accept and then transfer money directly, or you can transfer Naira directly to your virtual account number. So when you transfer Naira to your account number, the system would prompt you the swap rate, and then automatically swaps the fund for you from dollar to Naira. Then you can also transfer to your our domiciliary account number. So we have the UBA, we have Zenith Bank, we have GTB. So you can transfer to any of these. We have the account details. So you can copy any of this bank, the one that you're comfortable with. Let's say you're sending to our UBA, you can copy the account number and the account details. So everything is there. Then you upload your receipt, and then you get your funds credited in your wallet. So then transferring out of the system or sending to a plan. So if you click the transfer button, you can either transfer to your plan. So now we have added the ability for users to be able to transfer from their wallet to their plan. So you have money in your wallet and you want to fund maybe your savings plan or your savings plan. You can just select transfer, send to a plan, click send to a plan, and you would see the list of all your plans, and you can select whichever one you want to send money to, either the OptiFlex plan or the OptiLock plan. Then you can transfer to someone. That's the wallet-to-wallet transfer. So you're sending money to an Optimus user. Like I said earlier, I'm an Optimus user. I have a friend that uses Optimus. I want to send money to the person. So I can transfer funds from myself to the Optimus user without leaving the app. Then I can transfer funds to my bank account. So the bank account that I have added is the one that you would see under this outside Optimus. So you can transfer funds to your bank account. That means that one is going outside Optimus. Then also under more here, you can see the statement account. So you can download your statement account directly from here and also generate your reference letter. And another thing is you can change your background theme. Like I said, we have enhanced the user interface. So what you can see here on my dashboard is a background theme. So if I don't like this, I can come here to change it. I can also toggle between light or dark mode. I'll be going into that soon. So then you can also reach out to support directly from your dashboard. So you can see, read up the FAQ from here. You can call us directly from your dashboard. You can also chat with us. You can send us an email directly from your dashboard. So calling us redirects you to our customer service line. So you call us, you can call us directly. You can send us an in-app chat directly from here. And then you can also try to send the in-app chat. Okay. Let me just close the page. So you can also send us an email directly from here. So you can also send us an email directly from the dashboard. Another thing that we have done is you can toggle on and toggle off. Like I said, I showed you on US stocks. You can also toggle on and toggle off you can hide your balance. So now I'm hiding my balance, but I can easily just show my balance and I can hide it. So this if you turn it on, it shows all your balance. You can see like everything you have is in the open, and you can decide to also hide it. So we have added that. And yes, so another thing that we have done is on the portfolio side. So on the portfolio, like what you can see here, the total portfolio, I know that we've gotten a lot of questions concerning the portfolio. So what we have done here is to just provide visibility to your money, basically. So you can see like an overview of what you have, like an aggregated amount of what you have on Optimus. This is it in Naira. So this is what we call total portfolio. And you can now, let's say you now want to know what you have in Naira. You just click on this Naira and then you see what you have in Naira. For the dollar, you can click on dollar and then you see everything you have in your investment in dollar. So going back, you can also see all your savings, we've categorized as all savings, all investments, all wallets. So now clicking on this icon, I can see all of my savings products. So you can see all the money that you have, everything you have in savings. You can see it. So I can see my OptiFlex. I can see my OptiFlex Naira, OptiFlex Dollar, OptiLock Naira, OptiLock Dollar, OptiTarget Naira. So you can now click, if I click on, let's say OptiFlex Naira, it directs me to OptiFlex Naira. So I can easily navigate to OptiFlex Naira from here. And then going back, I can also see all of my investments. So I can see my mutual fund Naira, my mutual fund dollar, my US stocks, everything I have, I can see it. And I can also see the percentage that accrues to percentage of savings that accrues to my portfolio. So I can see that at a glance. And I can also see all of my wallets. So I can see how much I have in my Naira wallet. I can see how much I have in my dollar wallet at a glance. So if I'm not comfortable with that, I can also now come to either the Naira wallet or the dollar wallet to see like a breakdown of, okay, let me see what I have in my Naira portfolio and let me see what I have in my dollar portfolio. I know we have something similar to this on version 1, but it wasn't as, we didn't really break it down like this. So we have done added a lot of visibility to this. So now you can see what you have in your Naira portfolio or your Naira products or your Naira investments, what you have in your Naira wallet, they are all visible now. So we can also see our dollar investments now. You can see what you have in your dollar savings, that's the OptiLock dollar and the OptiFlex dollar. And you can also see what you have in your dollar investments, that's the ADF, Afrinvest dollar fund now, and also the US stocks. And you can see what you have in how much you have in your dollar wallet and also the percentage. So for people that maybe you don't have a particular plan, so for me, I don't have like an OptiFlex dollar plan. It takes me to Explore. I can click on Explore and it redirects me to just start saving and create a plan directly from the portfolio. So that's another thing that we have added to the to our yes, that we have for our part of the enhancement. So for the wallet, like I was saying earlier,
on the wallet. I showed us how to fund our wallet, how to also withdraw from the wallet, like sending money to a plan, sending money to a user. Also from the wallet, you can also still swap funds directly from the wallet. That's from Naira wallet and also from the dollar wallet. So you can swap funds directly from the wallet. You can see all of your transactions, how money is entering into the wallet, how money is going out of your wallet. You can see all of those things, so you can track your transactions. You can also view your earnings on your wallet by clicking the interest. So when you click interest, you view all of your earnings. So these are all the earnings that have been accrued for me from October 1st to date. So you see all your earnings. You can see the total of all the earnings that has accrued in a month, and you can see all the earnings I have earned all time. And like I showed you earlier on savings, you can also see, like, you can go back to your previous data to see what you have earned before now. So that's we have similar scenario for the dollar wallet. So you can also see your interest, you can see your funds, you can view all your activities, all your transactions, how money is being deposited, how money is being withdrawn from your dollar wallet. So also on the home page, we can also see your profile. So there's this icon. Before, it used to be like an avatar. Now you can see your profile picture. You can view your details directly from here. And moving to the more screen, so from more, you can see your tier. Okay, it shows that I am now on tier 2. It means that I have completed my KYC and I'm on tier 2. So from here, you can also now view all the your account number. You can copy, that's your virtual account number. You can copy from here. You can also download and generate your reference letter and your account statement from the account statement module here. You can also do that from the dashboard, like I showed you earlier. Then the banks and cards, ability for users to be able to add bank, add card. You also have that. Then for the security, yes. So this is where you can log in, like toggle on if you want to enable biometrics, you can enable it from here. You can also toggle off and toggle on your show balance from here. You can change your password, change your PIN, reset your PIN from here. Then for the preferences, we have added a new thing. Like for you, before we used to have just light mode. So now users can now toggle between light mode and dark mode. But the default is what your device uses. So that's what we call system. So as you can see, I'm sharing this screen on a dark mode because my device is actually on dark mode and my team is on system. So I can adjust it to light mode. If I'm more comfortable with my device being on light mode, I can adjust it to dark mode. So those are some of the things that we have added to the Optimus 2.0. Then I can also, on the referrals, speaking on the referrals, for the referrals, some of us are aware you can earn 1,000 naira by referring your friends, your family. So these are the referral requirements. Users must be eligible. Users must have verified and completed their KYC and must have a minimum portfolio net of this amount. So now another good thing that you can see here is that you can see a list of all the people that you have referred. So I can see all the people that I've referred. I can see the people that have completed their referral requirements. And I can also now see the people that their referral requirement is still pending, that have not completed their referral requirement. So it means that I know who to go and meet. I can see the potential reward that I'm liable to get 30,000 naira. And these people are holding me back from getting my 30,000 naira. So I can easily see their details and know that, oh, this person has not maybe completed their KYC or met the referral requirements. I can go reach out to the person, please complete your KYC so that I can get my 1,000 naira. So there's more visibility on this end as well. So you can also share your referral link, share invites with your friends and family. If I click share invite, it copies my referral link, and then I can share with my WhatsApp, SMS, or my social media. And you can also, for people that are using the mobile device, you can check for updates. So if you have push new updates, if you click check for updates, it automatically updates your app to the latest version. Then you can also get help, like reach out to our support and customer care from here. Then you can also join the community. We have a community, Telegram community. You can join from here. You can rate us on Play Store. You can also share your app. That's the referral. Share your app with your friends and family directly from here. So yes, so I guess I've been able to like put an explanation to like a walkthrough on what we have done, and you can see how I'm sure we have learned how to navigate our Optimus 2.0 app. So Isaac, over to you, please. I'll stop sharing for now.
All right. Thank you so much, Ayomikun. That was a thorough breakdown, an explanation of Optimus 2.0 and how it works. Thank you so much. I can see that we have quite a number of questions already, both in the Q&A session and even on the live chat. So I know for those people who asked their question in the Q&A chat, I know someone is already attending to you there. So I would like to start with those who asked question on the webinar chat itself. So the first question here, okay, is from, sorry, I don't want to murder your name, so Ibong, let me just stick with that one. I think that one is easier for me to pronounce. He or she said, please, can I have a replay of this webinar? The network is not good. I can hardly hear or see your screen. Okay, I've answered the question already, but for the sake of those who didn't see the answer, I'll just say it. Yes, so the webinar will be uploaded on our YouTube page, and we'll share the link via mail to everybody. So you can always go back and watch it and rewatch just to, gain clarity. And also, like I said, if you have questions even after rewatching it, please kindly reach out to us via our customer service contact line. Thank you. Okay, someone said you were too fast, but it's cool. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. So that's why we have the recording, right? You can always go back to watch it again. So I would like I said, we'll upload it and share the link. Someone asked, okay, sorry, give me a minute. Okay, yeah. Can you add an automatic reinvest for US stock to allow compounding over time? I think Ayo, we have to take this question. And by the way, Ayo is the MD of Optimus by Afrinvest. So he's on this call to also help in answering, some of our questions. So Ayo, please, the floor is.
Okay, thank you. Well done, Damife, and wonderful presentation, Ayomikun. Yeah, so part of the reinvest is also part of the feature that is upcoming, that you'll be able to invest in stocks periodically, as well as your dividend. When your dividend is paid, then you also automatically reinvest it if you elect to reinvest it. So it's a feature that we know it's really going to add significant value to our customers, and we were also on it. It's part of the experience that it will have. Convenience is also part of what we're looking into. So just be on the lookout. We are working around the globe to ensure that we improve on the experience on the US stocks.
All right, thank you so much, Ayo. I think that answers your question. Ijoma just said, tried that yesterday, it doesn't work. Okay. I think she was speaking to when Mikun was highlighting the customer support part. If you don't mind, Ijoma, which particular one did you try that didn't work? You can just drop it in the comment section. Olamide, that's for you to take note of. Just drop it in the comment section. They'll take a look at it and definitely get it working if it's not working. David Emmanuel asked, hi, Omikun, what about some of us that are not using any of the bank you mentioned? UBA, GT, and Zenith.
Okay, let me step in. I will assume that it relates to dollar.
Yes,
Right.
I'm assuming that.
Yes. So what would say the flexibility we have created is that you can withdraw your dollars from your bank and go and pay in cash into any of those bank accounts. Transferring dollars, because for us to receiving the money, we also have to transfer to the different counterparties. And the flexibility of doing that is also very important. So that's why, and the charges of even doing that. So that's why we limited it to those three. And if you're having problem moving funds from your current bank to any of the three, you can withdraw as cash. And that cash will even save you from the charges, bank transfer charges, because there's always that fixed amount that you need to pay and the variable amount that you need to pay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Ijoma, I can see your message. I meant the call support number went through. The call support number went through, but kept getting truncated when it was time to select number. Please, Olamide, please take note of this. We have to look into it. I'm sure if there's any problem with that, they will fix it and get it running. I'm so sorry for that experience, but they'll fix it and get it running. Back to the questions. Can I transfer my dollar investment directly into my current account? That's from Vincent Folorenshaw.
Yes, you can you can request for your funds in dollars, and it can be paid to any of your bank, including offshore banks. So if you are staying outside the country and you need us to move funds, so it's easier for us to remove your funds. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure this question is also relating to the dollar. Must we have any of those of the banks? I think I had answered that question. I mean, it's related to the one of do we need to have UBA, GT, and Zenith? I think I has answered that question, David. Okay. The next question is, if I start an OptiLock plan with 100K, let's say January, and it's locked for a year, and by February, that's February the next year, February that same year, I top up with 100K. How will the interest be calculated? Will the interest for the first 100K be for 12 months and the second 100K be for 11 months? I don't know if you get the question.
Ayomikun, do you want to try it?
I'm trying to understand the question. Can you take it again?
So the question is, let's say in January,
Mm.
I locked in 100,000 naira and I lock it I select that, okay, I want it to stay there for a year. That's my locking period, right? And in February, since I can now top it up, I decided to add another 100K to it. Now, the person is saying for the interest, how will the interest be calculated? So will it be a thing of the 100K I locked in January, will it be calculated based on that 100K for 12 months? Then the one I topped up in February, will it be calculated based on 11 months since my plan is still 12 months? You get
Yeah,
now?
so I think the person already answered the question, because that is the logical. You already have, it's going to mature the same period. So you've done 1 year and you're coming in month 3 or month 4. Let's say you have 8 months to the end of then whatever you invest in that period, it will be accruing daily. You know what happens on our system? So what we have created and the transparency is that your interest accrues daily, even for the OptiLock. It's just that it's not paid out to you until maturity. So from that 8 months to maturity, it starts accruing on a daily basis. And if you stay till maturity, you get it for 8 months. If you come in at 4 months to the time too, you get only for 4 months that you have put the money with us.
All right. I saw a very interesting question down the pipe. I think I will take the question before I come back to Anya's question. So this question says, there was no mention of why we should trust your organization. How many years has it been in existence? How many years has this existed? And is it government backed? I think it's
Okay.
it's an interesting
Yes,
question
it's
that
a
we need
very,
to answer.
very interesting question. And incidentally, this month is the month as Afrinvest, we celebrated our 30th anniversary. And the company currently has 7 subsidiaries, including the Optimus subsidiary. So, and within the subsidiary, we have licenses, the SEC license. We have even the CBN recently acquired the CBN license, also within the subsidiary. So the firm that I can tell you that have been existing for over 30 years means it's seen both ups and down within the economy and has been very resilient and understands the business. So, and that's what we have just used Optimus to do, is to now democratize investments, because the focus have always been more of the affluent and the HNI. So with Optimus, technology has made it easier, which accommodates both HNIs as well as our retail customers. So I believe that based on, if you also do your search, Afrinvest is a strong firm, it is regulated, government backed. No, this is a private company, so won't say government backed, but it's regulated. So investments, all the funds that we get are invested through the regulated entity, so which preserves that.
All right. Thank you so much for Ayo for that question, for that answer. Pamela, I know you asked similar question that, oh, Optimus is not a bank. No, we are not a bank. And you said, is it likely to get maxed out like most of those investment firms in the past? That's, I think Ayo has done a good job in answering that question. Afrinvest, if you see the name is Optimus by Afrinvest. Afrinvest has been in existence for 30 years. Like he said, we celebrated 30th anniversary just in September early last month. So we've been through it as a company. We've seen it. We've been in this market long enough to know what to do, how to act, and all. So to answer your question, no, Optimus is not going anywhere. It's not maxing out, and customers fund are safe with Optimus. I think I've been able to answer that question. So yeah, let me go back to, we have quite a number of questions. I'll try my best to answer as many as possible. I know Olamide is taking care of questions in the Q&A chat box, so I'll focus on the webinar chat since there are quite a number of questions here. Good day, Ayo. I would like to know what your team is doing about the following issues. One, many US stocks are not being captured on Optimus app. This has made investors to miss opportunities. Two, also, we have a challenge in imputing decimal points for the number of shares. It does not allow decimal. That's what the person is basically saying. And third one is unable to sell fractions of stocks. How can one sell fractional shares? Fourth, wow, the app does not capture percentage profits made for the total share. Kindly assist or address the above. I think this person captured quite a lot of things in
Yes,
one. I hope you're able
yes.
to get
Yes,
everything together.
I can get them. So the first thing to note is that on the version 2, what we've released is like 1/3 of what should would that was on the version 1. And we're about to wrap up work within the next few weeks on based on the other concern of showing your profit and your ability to be able to sell whole. So most of those comments are things that we have noted and currently working on it, and we can assure you that before the end of next month, you would see the upgraded version. We look into that decimal part. There are some that are like quick would confirm. But one thing to note is that when you are selling, if you are selling fractional shares, you can't. We try to put where you can keep. You can pick maximum. So if you want to sell whole, But we'll look into that so that that's a good feedback and to make the experience better. So we've noted all those things, and we come next before end of next month, you would also see the more improved version on the US stocks. Some of those things you expect is the ability for you to even see your return at a glance, your total return per stock, and using different metrics for you to be able to gauge when to buy, when to sell. So that is also upcoming, and we'll keep improving based on that feedback. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ayo. Yeah, I think we are gradually getting to the end of the questions. Still a few more, but we are getting there. And thank you also, the audience, for sticking with us. I think these are actually very important questions that need to be answered. So it's okay. Someone said,
Okay, hold
Bauer.
on. Sorry, there was a question on the list of some of the stocks. Let me also answer
Yes.
that. I just recall. Yes, so our current provider, Drive Wealth, there's also a limit to the number of stocks that they support, though we're engaging so that they can also increase that limit. Or if you check some other platforms, so there will be some stocks on our platform that would also be on the platform. So when you look at the US market, there are over 8,000 stocks that are listed. And I've not seen, but there may be, but looking at Nigeria, not all of them covers the total 8,000 stocks. So they try to maybe have their reason, maybe depending on the custodian that they control. But that's a feedback that we've gotten, and we're also looking into to see how we can expand that thing. So like there was a time we confirmed there's some high risk stock, because they do fractional shares. Abroad at times, there are no fractional shares, so they are able to provide that support. So, but thanks for that feedback, and would
All right. Thank you, Ayo. Yeah, I have to rush through these questions. Good day. In the previous version, one could see the rates of US stocks in US and the equivalent in Naira. So I'm guessing the question is they can't see it in this
Yes,
one.
what the person is saying, this one, like I rightly mentioned to you that come next month, the full, more than what you even have on the version 1 would be live on this version 2. Yeah, so when you see NVIDIA, you also see the Naira equivalent. So it means that some investors like that particular feature, which is also part of the outstanding part of the US stocks that we're working on.
Okay. Thank you, Ayo. I'm going to try and combine some questions together. They kind of look similar. So this person Mbalde is saying, on registration, I'm unable to take pictures and it's not going through. I'm going to combine it with two other questions from Jude. How do I know what is my profit on my stock? And the last one is, I have someone whose document verification has exceeded 48 hours. What should she do? Miko, do you want to, for the one that is
Okay.
customer related?
Okay. So from the first question, you said that the user is saying that on the registration, they are unable to complete their selfie liveliness. From this,
Yes.
I'm guessing it's looking like your device. Maybe you've not allowed your device to be able to take a picture, because from what you said, like it's clicking, it is not coming up. So it means that the device needs to be, maybe you need to check the settings of your device to be sure that you have enabled your device to be able to take pictures on third-party applications. So the next question.
Yeah, the person is saying, so I will add one more to it before you answer this next question. They are the same. I think it's a bit of customer service issue in terms of figuring it out. I have someone, so the question you asked for now is, I have someone whose document verification has exceeded 48 hours.
Okay.
What should he do? That's one. The second one is, there's a constant request to update the app while trying to log in after it had been updated severally. What should be done?
Okay. For the KYC, I know that maybe we are sorry that maybe that one took over 48 hours, but I'm very sure that it will be worked on. But if it still persists, maybe the person can write to us so that we'll look into it, because the KYC approval is not supposed to take more than 48 working hours. So you can write to us on support via optimus.ng so that we can look into it. Then for the other one that has to do with updating the app. So I think that has to do with the fact that we've been pushing out new updates. So we've been rolling out new features. And whenever we push out a new feature, you get an update. So I'm sure that very soon, like within the next maybe 1 month, that would reduce. You will not be getting the frequent prompts. So after we launched the Optimus 2.0, we still had to like push out some little updates. So whenever we push out an update, you get a prompt that you should update the app. Maybe that's the reason why you're getting that, but it would reduce moving forward.
All right. Thank you. So there's a question I asked that someone asked about. Okay, sorry, this one is to Ayo. Sorry, my question has not been answered in the. Sorry, I don't know I don't know what please, Olamide, please help us take care of what is happening in the Q&A chat, please. Someone just said their question has not been answered. Okay. Yeah, the question I was referring to is from Jude. How do I know what is my profit on my stocks? Ayo, please, I would like you to answer this question.
Yeah, so the best way to know, if you click on that particular stock, you will see what we call you see your average cost, you see more. I don't know if, okay, because of time to also demo that, you will be able to see that. But to make it easier, we are also working, like I mentioned, when you see the live, the updated one, it will have some of those things at a glance that you may not need to click on it per stock. Secondly, someone said something on getting frequent updates. If you are also even familiar with the bank, when you create a new platform, it's not always 100% from day one. So there will be things that have not been finished that it will be more frequent because they are pushing it in bits rather than waiting to complete the whole work before coming out. So for those that like use GTB, I think this week I still had to update. Last week I had to update. It means there are things that they keep improving on. So most of those updates are improvement which you get across different apps. So it's not a very soon, once we are done with most of the changes that we need to make and improvements, the frequency of those updates will also reduce.
Thank you. Ayomikun, this question is for you. I tried to register earlier this year, but I was required to provide a Nigerian number, even though I reside outside Nigeria. How is this person going to solve this problem?
Okay, so maybe, I don't know, maybe something happened when the person was trying to register. You can actually register using your number depending on the currency that you are. So you just need to, maybe on the registration page, you need to select the country of residence and then you can enter your number from there. So it doesn't
All
have
right.
to be Nigerian number, yes.
All right. I'm really trying to run through these questions. I can see that, and they are quite important questions, so I don't just want to gloss over them. Please bear with us. We'll soon round up. I hope that's all for that concerning the questions. Please, Olamide, please help take care of Q&A. I might not be able to go there, so just help with that. All right. Somebody asked, please permit me to also try and combine questions now. Oh, okay, I think you should answer this one. Ayo. Somebody asked, what is the withdrawal charge for USD, please?
Okay, the withdrawal charge for USD is there's a fixed amount which is $25, and the percentage is the 0.5%. So that's like the charges. What we've done is that the exact charges that we get from the bank, for Naira, we try to absorb those charges. It's not like the banks don't charge us all those NIPS charges, transfer charges, but we absorbed it. But for dollar, you would agree with us that that's really very high. And what we also encourage is that if you are going to collect your money in dollars, let it be a bit substantial because of the charges. Yeah, so that it does not wipe away the return that you have made. So the other option is for you to convert from the dollar to Naira at the prevailing rates. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. My account number, it says for some reason we couldn't retrieve your bank details. But when I click bank and card, I can see my bank and account number. But when I click link bank, nothing is happening. How do I go about this? Ayomikun, this
Okay.
from
Is
Gurala.
the person seeing their virtual account number, or is just the link bank that they're having issues with?
So
From the
from
question.
here, the person
That
says,
question is a virtual account question, Damife.
sorry,
All
I can't
right.
hear you.
It's a virtual account question.
No problem.
Okay.
So the person can please write to us, please reach out to us so that we can assist you with that.
All right. Thank you. Please, can you just tell them the
Okay, reach
email
out to
address
us
once
via
again?
email, yes, support@optimus.ng.
Thank you. Okay. The next question is, I have imputed my residence address to enable me access tier 2 and to buy US stocks. What is the way forward?
Okay, I think that means that your KYC has not been approved from that question. I'm guessing the client's KYC has not been approved. So please, if you can also write to us, we would appreciate that. Even though I'm sure the compliance team are working on approving users' KYC, but if you can also write to us at support@optimus.ng, we can work on that for you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, like she said, if it's over 48 hours, 48 hours and you've not, received anything, please write to the email address that she just mentioned. Miko, I'd like you to take this question before I go back to Ayo. How is the interest on Optiflex dollar paid?
Okay, so the interest on Optiflex dollar is also accrued daily. Same way we have it on Optiflex Naira. So it is accrued daily and it is compounded monthly. So at the end of the month, you get your interest on your savings plan at the end of the month.
Yeah. So Ayo, this next question is for you. I know this will interest you. Please, can I transfer funds from Afrinvest wallet to Optimus wallet? So I'm guessing the person is talking about Afrinvest.
Afrinvest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's also in the works. You would be able to move your funds from Afrinvestor to Optimus, or maybe you also have the same login details. So we were aware of that constraint. Part of also the plan is that we have in mind is the Nigerian stock will also be on Optimus next year.
Okay, thank you, Ayo. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm taking a look at how many questions we have left. So we have just 10 questions. Once we are done with those questions, that will be it. So I will just quickly run through the remaining questions. This one, I think I has answered it. The person just said, yes, sales is fragmented. Purchase always leaves fractional. Sorry, purchase always leave fractions that cannot be sold. Please fix that. I think I also spoke on that already. So he mentioned those are the part of the things that are in the works that the rollouts will come out. I mean, they will all come out soon. Oh, so Ijoma asked, I said, I asked this question in the Q&A and no one answered. How can my units, Olamide, if you have answered, you can just let me know, but I will just read the question anyways. So if you have answered, we don't have to take it again, but I'll just read the question. How can my units have increased in my APF? Sorry, how can my units have increased in my APF yet? My quarterly dividends have reduced drastically. I realized there was a glitch with the last quarter dividend payout, but mine is yet to be corrected. Customer support isn't going through. Who exactly am I to speak to regarding this, or can I move the funds to another money market fund? It's one thing to have an issue, but most annoying when there's no one to help to sort it. Telegram group page is like a marketplace, hard to receive any attention. All right. First of all, Ijoma, I would like to sincerely apologize for that experience. Like I had said, and like Miko had mentioned, there are a lot of things we are working on right now to improve for the app and make it a much more valuable than it is at the moment, right? There are a lot of work going on in the background, and like he said, in the next month you will see a whole lot of improvement, a whole lot of rollout. But for your question, I'm just trying to put them together. You mentioned that you have a glitch. There was a glitch and your dividend payout for last quarter, you've not received it. Please, can you just send a message? Someone has dropped the email address, support at
Yeah,
no, Glory. This is not the email address for Optimus for people to reach out. But
support
for
at
the
optimus.ng, right?
yes. So the right one for Optimus is support at optimus.ng. Glory, can you please help correct that? This what you dropped here is for Afrinvest. Support at optimus.ng. So that's you can send the mail there. Someone will be right there to attend to you. I'm so sorry for the experience. And for the call support, Olamide, please, we have to look. This is the second person that is bringing that up. We have to look into that. So it will be fixed, Ijoma, and I'm sure you get someone to reach out to you. Thank you. Hassan is saying, good afternoon. Please, how do I know when the foreign stocks I have paid, when this foreign stock I guess he's saying I've paid dividend? How do I check to know if dividends have been paid? Ayo, please, can you help us with this?
Yes, so what we've done is the dividends are credited to your wallet. So if you check your wallet, dollar wallet history, you will see that dividend when it's declared. Yeah, they pay it into that. So you will see it in your wallet history. The person that has issue with APF, if you can, since you're on this call, if you can just drop your email if you think, so that someone, Olamide will also pick it up, because we have checked, we've sorted out to our own ability 100% of all those that had issues with the APF. But would also like to now check where the issue is coming from your own end. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I already responded to Ijoma.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Israel Akimbodi asked, if I lock in a fund for a year and when it matures, I don't withdraw, will it remain in the same percentage or will it lock itself automatically? Very, very good question. Also, can you throw more light on the dividend payments for the mutual fund? The payments for the third quarter was late and haphazard. I think Ayo just addressed that part, but yeah, can still speak on that. So Ayo, yeah, you
Okay.
can speak
Yes,
on
for
this.
the dividend for mutual funds, especially for Pluto's fund, firstly, it is quarterly. And most times it comes, you should expect it within the first week, because what is done, what the portfolio manager, what they do is that they have to ensure that all the investments have been done. They need to get approval from the custodian. So you may experience a bit of delay. This time, in terms of the payment glitch that we got, we've seen what has caused it. We have fixed it, and like you have been experiencing in the past, it would be smooth going forward. Yeah, so for the APF, it's paid quarterly, but it's accrued daily. So you would also see that this new on the 2.0, you can see what you are getting on a daily basis compared to 1.0. So that's transparency, that you are able to even calculate to the last minute to know what you should expect. And you said it is dropping. When you also look at what is happening in the fixed income market, interest rate has been dropping. The last Treasury bills auction, the yield dropped to about 18% for 1 year, and even the 90 days was around 15%. So that is the way mutual fund works. It would, as interest rate drops, the interest rate on mutual funds too would also mirror the interest rate environment. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I also wanted to speak. I don't know if you spoke to that.
Which
the
one?
part where the person said, if I lock in fund for a year and when it matures, I don't withdraw. Like, okay, after the maturity date, I left it.
Okay.
Will it remain like that, or will it automatically lock itself?
No, it's not going to automatically lock itself. So you will get a notification that your investment are matured. And it's for you because customers will have different options, whether they are taking it, they want to withdraw the funds or they want to lock the funds. So what you have to do is to lock it immediately. It drops when you get the notification that your investment have matured. You can withdraw it, and some people even decide they want to take the interest and roll over the principal. So for us not to get into those decisions or obstruct those decisions, we leave it for you to make the decision yourself.
All right, thank you. There's a question on, I'm finding it hard to navigate the app. I can't locate my trading wallet there. Yes, that's one of the reasons why we're having this webinar. Miku had done a good job in walking us through how you can, navigate the entire app, not just even trading wallets. So what we'll do is, like I said earlier, we have recorded this video and we're going to put it out on our YouTube page. We are going to share the link with everybody, so you can go through and watch. You can watch and watch over and over again for every part of the app that you feel like, oh, you were finding it difficult to navigate. Once you are done with that, if you feel that is not still sufficient for you, you can reach out to us. Then we'll take it from there. We're always ready to take it from there, to help you take it from there. Secondly, the next question is, when does the intermediate bank option, such as Citibank New York, become useful? I guess this person is asking for when can they actually use.
So depending on the bank you are making transfer from, some banks will not ask for those details. But what we have done is to provide all the various details. If you are moving from GT to GT, for instance, they will not ask you any additional details. But if you are going to move from GT Bank to another bank, that Citibank you are saying is the corresponding bank, which that's the way it works. So they may need your corresponding bank details. And that's why we have put it there. So if the platform you are using does not mandate it that you need those details, then just use the normal bank and Nigerian bank details. Thank
you. All right. Okay, there's a very long one here. I think I'll leave that for the last. I think the question came in like 3 different times from Negi. I will take that. It's quite long. Let me quickly run through the ones that are shorter. I'll take that as the last question. So I'll combine these 2 questions because they are both mutual funds. What is the annual return of APF? That's Afrinvest Pluto Fund. I struggle with understanding the mutual funds. I would really like that from Oluwabumi. I really like you to, if you can give, a bit of more context to it. Like, is it with navigating mutual fund on the app, or the idea of mutual funds itself? Like, you need to understand it. We have resources, like we have materials, FAQ videos. We have a lot of that on our YouTube page that have explained in details how to navigate the mutual fund. But if you still find it difficult to understand, I think you can drop your email address now so that Glory will take notes. And Glory, please just take note once the person drops their email address, so we can take it from there. Yeah. So for the question, what is the annual return of APF? Ayo.
No, the annual return is not fixed. It's a mutual fund, so it's going to mirror what it's going to mirror what the interest rate environment, fixed income interest rate environment is reflecting.
All right, thank you. Please, guys, I won't take any more questions. I've noted the questions. I'm not going to take any more questions. Oluwabumi, thank you. I can see that you've shared your email. Glory, please take note of that. I won't take any more questions outside the questions that I've noted, right? Because we also have to go. Please, like I said, kindly drop your question, share it with us via our email address, support@optimus.ng. Thank you. Okay, so to the next question. For Optilock, how often does the interest rate get paid? Daily or monthly? I think Mikun has answered this question. Mikun, I just want you to reiterate it one more time. Does it get compounded monthly? Can I withdraw my interest upfront or monthly or at the end of the maturity? Just reiterate the answer, please. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Isaac. So for OptiLock, your interest is compounded daily, but you would get the interest at maturity or when you liquidate. So interest is paid at liquidation. So on liquidation, sorry. So when you liquidate or when your savings has matured, you get your interest. But for OptiFlex, interest is paid at the end of the month, like first day of the next month. So if you have an active OptiFlex plan, you get your interest at the end of it's interest is accrued daily and compounded at the end of the month. So you get your interest on the first day of the following month.
Yeah, thank you, Mikun. Someone said, why can't we have the phone contact number to call? Please, this is important. I am frustrated with emails without quick response. I would like to speak to human being, please. All right. Mr. Richard Atoibi, please drop your. I know I don't think it's going to be a smart one to ask you to drop your phone number here, but drop your email address here. Glory will take note of it, reach out to you via mail so you can then have the conversation with her if you want a phone conversation. I think that's a better way to go around it. I don't think we should just drop your phone number on a public call like this. So I think we should handle it that way. So she will reach out to you. Then if you can call from there, you can get your phone number from there and put a call through. Thank you. And I'm so sorry for your experience. Like I had mentioned, we are still working to improve quite a number of things. And like you had said, I think next month we should see a whole lot of new rollouts. Thank you. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, another thing, the toggle switch on the app is buggy. It keep putting it off. The reinvest dividend when you toggle. I hope you get what the person is saying, Miko. When you toggle it on, saying that it automatically puts it off on my APF profile, but it keeps going back to, okay, sorry, when the person is putting it off, it keeps going back to on. Please fix it. I no longer want to keep reinvesting my dividend so I can know for sure what unit I have. All right, this is noted. Please, we'll take a look at it. Olamide, please, I think we need to take a look at this. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, I have just 3 more. I'm almost done. For Optilog, okay, no, that's the answer. I have a challenge with my KYC, and I have a challenge with my KYC on address. My address hasn't been approved. Please, Emmanuel Adaba, please share your email address here. We have our people on this call to help solve some of the problems some of the challenges we're facing, just share your email address. Someone is here to take note of that. When I invest in Afrinvest equity fund, the one with high risk, how long can I keep the money before selling? Is it 6 months? Is it 9? Is it 2 years? Ayo, please.
Okay, so for mutual fund, it is open-ended. It is when you want to take out your funds. So there's no restriction to how long you have the funds. Your interest will continue to accrue. So if you notice why the interest will fluctuate, but on a daily basis, let's assume the interest rate last week was 19%. Your daily interest rate would have been calculated using 19%. If it falls to 18%, it will not affect the previous calculation because you have earned it. It's the subsequent ones that may be affected. So if it's 17, it calculates your interest with that particular amount. So even if you keep it for 10 years, it will keep compounding. So like APF, a lot of our customers have elected to reinvest their dividend. That means you are buying additional units rather than getting it, which is the power of compounding. So it will keep compounding and the number of units will keep growing and the interest you get would also keep growing. So on a quarterly basis, the compounding is done quarterly. So that's the way it works. So just to reiterate, the return on mutual funds are not fixed, are not guaranteed. It's based on the instruments that the fund manager, the fixed income instrument that the fund manager put those funds in. If you look across, earlier this year, interest rate was around over 20%, and the fund was returning over 20%. Now the interest rate have dropped, it's also reflecting the interest rate environment. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Just a quick instruction before the last 3 questions. Please, I know quite a number of us have shared our email address here. Glory, please, I would like you to just say hi so that people can chat you directly and just say hi on the chat so they can see you and just share their email directly with you. Like I said about the phone number, I don't also think it's so safe to just have your email exposed just to everyone. So we're just taking security, of your personal information and money serious. So please, Glory, just say hi in the comment section. In the chat so that they can chat you directly. You can just chat Glory directly and just drop your email address with her. So the next question, I have 3 questions to go. So one is Optimus, I saw that question, just give me a second. Okay. Is Optimus insured by the NDIC? Ayo, this question is for you.
It's not insured by NDIC. The funds are managed by portfolio managers that are regulated by SEC. Currently, we have acquired a microfinance bank which would integrate with this. But one thing that should give you confidence is that Afrinvest has been in existence for 30 years, has worked in a regulated environment for 30 years, passed through the global 2007-2008 crisis, the COVID crisis, and has remained strong and is growing stronger. So when you look at, you have to look at Optimus by Afrinvest, you have to link it also with the parent company. So you can't dissociate the parent company from the financial technology platform.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Just to read, like you have said, Afrinvest has been in existence for 30 years. I know we've said this, and I think it's not enough to not, because we're dealing with people's money, and also we'll say it over and over. We've been through it. We've seen it all, literally. And we're still here, and we're still going to be here for a very long time. So your fund, like he said, your funds are safe. Afrinvest is regulated by SEC, Security Exchange Commission. So I think that answers that question. This next question is to Miku before the last question. Please, how can I edit and information I put out. Example, the address I used isn't same as the address on my ID card. So I just want to change it to the address on my ID card. People.
Okay. So if the address you used is not the same as the address on your proof of residence, then I'm sure that the compliance team might have rejected if they haven't, they would reject your KYC and enable you to provide a proof of residence that matches the address that you have put, or that would enable you to change your address, either of the two. So when they reject your KYC, you would have access to re-upload a proof of residence and also edit your address. So if they haven't done that, I'm sure they will do that. But if you still have concerns, you can reach out to us via support so that we can inform them to do that.
All right. Thank you. So the last question I want to take is quite long. That's why I left it for the last. And I would like to direct this one to Ayo. Thanks. Thank you guys for taking your time to teach us about navigation process. Why are your money market mutual fund rates not competitive? If I could get a 18% rate from a different or from your competition, why should I invest with 17 or 30% rate? You answer a question concerning how long you have been in the market and your experience. Quote unquote, you said you guys are not going anywhere. If I remember very well, back in 2018, the US economy crashed and most of the citizen money were in Safe Place Bank, which was backed by government, but most citizens end up losing their hard-earned money. I just want to know if there is provisions from you guys, if in case there is an economic downturn, because I am planning to put my money for a long period of time. Ayo, I'm directing this question to you.
Yes, I think it's an interesting question. The way we have structured this is that there's also when we send money to asset management, the asset manager also make use of a custodian, so that the fund is also ring-fenced from the company. So what we can say is that the funds, when we get your funds, before we invest it, we ensure we're also investing in assets that are risk-free, has minimum risk because of our experience. Like, for instance, it is not all commercial papers we invest in, because he has to go through the risk management and confirm that they have high credit rating. Treasury bills and government bonds are where most, more than 50% of the funds are invested in. So even if there's any crisis, because the funds are actually invested, what happens is when companies divert funds, there's the assets, you guys create the liability, we invest your money to create the assets in assets. So the assets are secured, and there's really nothing that would happen to those investments. So that's the way. Beyond the custodian arrangement, those investments are well leverage the experience of our group company. That's why it's also a group structure. There's a group investment committee that review investment before you go into it. There's also the risks department that needs to approve investment before it is done. So like what we apply to even some of our HNIs, that structure that you apply to the HNIs that have billions of funds with us, when we look at our AUM currently from the asset management side, is almost over 200 billion. And I think that's been conservative. You look at the security side, it's over close to about 400 billion. So if you look at the total AUM, by the time you also look at our trustees, about 200 or 300 billion. So we can boast that we're a firm of close to going to 1 trillion in terms of asset under management. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayo, for that very detailed answer. Just a bonus question. It's the last one. Revolut is a foreign bank in Europe. and the card is a Visa card. Can it work on Optimus? Ayo, that will be the last question.
Yes, okay. So and I like that question because it's one of the features that we're working on to enable dollar card to be able to work on our system, just like the way Naira card is working. So we're working with our partner, Paystack, that have been our major backbone for payments and deposits. And so very soon too, maybe latest first quarter, you should be able to be able to pay with your dollar card, whether it's Master, whether it's Visa card, you should be able to pay with it. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for staying with us to the end of this webinar. I want you to know that all your suggestions, advice, complaints, we've taken note of them, and the team is actively working to make everything available to you and offer more value. And also concerning our webinar, you will be hearing more from us with more valuable insights to share with you guys. And thank you all so much. For those who feel that their questions have not been answered, I don't know, on the Q&A, kindly just drop it in our email, support@optimus.ng. Thank you all. Do have an amazing day ahead. Thank you, Mikun. Thank you, Ayo, for making yourself available. Thank you, Olamide and Glory. Thank you. See you guys soon.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, everyone.